Ever wondered how this tiny, chewy, and super stretchy candy is made? From sugar to a perfectly wrapped gum, let's take you inside the high-speed factories where millions of bubblegums are produced every single day. And wait till you see how they make those crazy giant bubblegum balls. Let's start with the main thing, the ingredients. Bubblegum is made using a special mix of ingredients that give it its chewy, sweet, and stretchy texture. The most important part is the gum base, which is like the backbone of bubblegum. In the past, gum base came from tree sap called chicle, but today, most factories use a man-made version made from rubbery materials that last longer. To make bubblegum taste good, manufacturers add sweeteners like sugar, corn syrup, or artificial sweeteners. These give the gum its deliciously sweet flavor. Factories also mix in flavoring to create different tastes, like fruity, minty, or even cola. Some gums stay soft for a long time because they contain softening agents, which help keep the gum from drying out. After that, these ingredients go through a mixing process that makes the bubble gum chewy. First, the gum base, which is like a soft rubber, is heated until it melts into a thick, sticky paste. This is important because it makes the gum stretchy and chewable. Once the base is soft and gooey, workers or machines add sweeteners like sugar or corn syrup to give the gum its sweet taste. Then, flavoring is added. This could be fruity, minty, or even cola-flavored, depending on the type of gum being made. To make sure the gum stays soft and doesn't dry out, softening agents like glycerin are mixed in. After all the ingredients are added, the mixture is stirred and kneaded inside a giant machine that works just like a dough mixer. This step ensures everything blends evenly, so the gum is the same in every bite. Once the gum mixture is ready, it is still soft and warm, like a stretchy dough. To turn it into the bubblegum pieces we see in stores, factories use giant rolling machines. First, the gum is fed into large metal rollers that flatten it into thin sheets. These rollers press the gum again and again until it reaches the perfect thickness, just like how a rolling pin flattens dough when making cookies. If the gum is meant to be in long strips, like bubble tape, the machines will stretch it into long ropes instead. After rolling, the gum goes through cutting machines that slice it into small, uniform pieces. Some gum is cut into small rectangles, like regular chewing gum, while others are cut into tiny chunks to make bubblegum balls. If the gum is meant to be round, it moves into another machine that shapes it into perfect spheres by tumbling the pieces around, just like a rock polisher smooths stones. At this stage, the gum is still soft, so it needs to cool down before moving on to the next step. The pieces travel on a long conveyor belt, where they slowly cool and firm up, getting ready for the final touches. When the bubblegum is shaped, some types go through an extra step to get a hard, crunchy shell. This is called the coating process. The small gum pieces, like bubblegum balls, are placed into a large, rotating drum. Imagine a big, spinning bowl where all the gum pieces roll around. While they spin, the factory slowly pours a special sugar syrup over them. This syrup sticks to the gum and begins to form a thin, smooth layer. But one layer isn't enough. The process is repeated many times with more syrup added little by little. Each time, the coating becomes harder and shinier. To make the gum look more fun and colorful, food coloring is also added during this stage. After several layers, the gum is left to dry and harden. This is how popular coated bubblegums, like gumballs and chiclets, get their glossy, crunchy outer shell that cracks when you bite into them. After that, it needs to be packed so it can be sent to stores. First, the finished gum pieces move on fast-moving conveyor belts, like long, moving sidewalks for gum. Some gum pieces are wrapped individually in colorful paper or foil. This helps keep them fresh and prevents them from sticking together. Other types, like bubblegum balls, are placed into big containers or small boxes. Special machines quickly wrap and seal each piece, ensuring the packaging is neat and tight. The wrapped gum is then sorted into larger packs or boxes, which are stacked and prepared for shipping. Some factories pack thousands of pieces every minute. Once packed, the bubblegum is loaded onto trucks and sent to stores, ready for people to chew and enjoy. A long time ago, people didn't have bubblegum like we do today. The very first bubblegum was invented in 1928 by a man named Walter Deemer, who was working at a chewing gum factory. He was just experimenting with different ingredients when he accidentally created a gum that was super stretchy and could blow bubbles. He shared it with people, and they loved it. That's how bubblegum became popular. But here's a fun fact. When Walter made the first batch of bubblegum, the only food coloring he had was pink, so he used it. Since then, pink has become the most common color for bubblegum. Another interesting fact is about the biggest bubble ever blown. A man named Chad Fell holds the world record for the biggest bubble, which was 20 inches wide. That's almost as big as a basketball. He did it without using his hands, just pure air from his mouth. Bubblegum has changed a lot over the years. At first, people used tree sap called chicle to make gum. But today, companies use a rubber-like material to make it last longer and stay chewy. That's why gum doesn't dissolve in your mouth like candy. It just keeps stretching. Now, bubblegum comes in all kinds of flavors, from fruity and minty to crazy ones like cotton candy and cola. Some gums are soft, while others have a crunchy shell. But they all started with that one pink gum, invented almost 100 years ago. Now, the real question is, what's your favorite bubblegum flavor? Drop it in the comments.